everybody, welcome back to In the AM with Angel and
Mia.
I don't know if you heard that, but and Mia. Today we have a few special guests. It's my brother-in-law, Angel. What? Same name?
What? Actually, we're actually taking over. So this is an A&M, but it's Angel and my wife Maddie.
And we have also Maddie as well.
So it's A&M with A&M. Yeah, I'm booting them off their own podcast. Sorry. So this is Maddie.
Hi.
And today's topic is
What every wife and husband want to know. But our first question is, what are you drinking today?
Oh, I'm drinking a cookie butter latte.
I'm drinking a Arizona Arnold Palmer. Please sponsor me. I drink you like once a day.
He's the outcast of the family.
I hate coffee.
Our coffees, and he doesn't have any coffee.
I don't need coffee. I have the Holy Spirit guiding me along, powering me every day.
So do me, but
Apparently not enough, but
I like coffee. So today, what we'll be doing, a little bit of a Q&A type thing. And we're basically going to have a few questions that maybe, young couples might want to know. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. But if you guys do enjoy the content, please do all the fun stuff. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Really helps us out. And if you don't know, baby Choriza has arrived. She is currently taking a nap. So if you guys have seen the other two videos, those were done in May of 25. It is currently March of 2026. So
Choriza is 5 months old.
yes, Choriza is 5 months old.
Yeah, for real.
Her name is not actually Choriza.
yes,
but
it is. It's on the birth certificate.
That is crazy because when we filmed those videos, I was 5 months pregnant. And now she's
Time
5
jump,
months
dude.
old.
Yes, we time jumped. She was 5 months pregnant. Now the baby's 5 months.
Her actual name
Welcome
is
to the future.
Teresa.
So,
We double checked in the birth certificate.
no, her name is not Choriza.
They erased their actual name and I put Teresa.
Alright, so let's get this started. What should we do? Boy questions or girl questions?
We should.
Now you said those first.
Alright,
Ladies
pass it out
first.
to the girls.
To the men in the room, what is a man's version of receiving flowers?
Serious topic.
I have two generic answers. One generic answer and one good answer. The generic answer is because, I don't know if you remember this, Mia. When we were younger, our church used to give flowers for the moms for Mother's Day. And one year, they made the joke for the guys that they're just going to give them wrenches and tools. And I remember as a kid, I thought that was so funny. Because I was like, oh my gosh, they can get tools for Father's Day. And my dad's like, you're not a dad. I was like, but you can get tools for Father's Day. No, I think the actual answer is Legos.
Legos is a good one.
What do you think of the angel?
I don't know. I like flowers. So, I'm gonna stick with flowers.
Yeah, ladies, you can give your man flowers. It's okay. There's like a really depressing quote that I saw, and it was like, man's first flowers is at his funeral. I was like,
Oh, that's so sad.
that's so sad.
Alright, dark turn, here we go.
You can change that today.
Podcast.
When you see this podcast, buy your man flowers.
Alright.
Flower sales.
They're gonna go up just because of this.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Alright, second question is my number one pet peeve. When we are venting, why do you feel the need to always give solutions?
The laugh.
I'm trying to solve the problems. I don't know. Cause sometimes I don't want to hear the vet. I just want to get to the solution.
You don't have the backstory.
I don't need the backstory. I just need No, honestly, on a biological thing, I always hear that, right? Like men always want to fix things. I feel like it's their jobs to fix things. And I think it's like that idea of a household, right? My idea is to fix the household if it needs anything. So I just think it's maybe biological, but also I think there's a sense where I'm just like, I don't want to hear you vent right now. I'll fix it. I got this, girl. But yeah, that's listening is very crucial. So you got, 2 years or 1 now?
I think there's the joke for it. One is every guy that grew up playing games, we always skip the story mode. We just want to we want to get to the story. We don't want to watch the story. We want to get to the game. And I think that's kind of the joke of it. It's like, I want to get to the actual thing. Nah, I think sometimes it's because for guys, I remember my teacher talked about this in college, that guys' brains is like categories, like waffles, and girls are like spaghetti. Like everything's like all intertwined. It's for guys, you're talking about something that's bothering you. Our head's like, okay, we're going to shift categories from this issue to what's going on. And I think a lot of the times it's like you're talking about all this stuff and we're like listening and we're like, oh, you're like, I have a headache, I'm cranky, I'm like these different things, and I'm like, you haven't drank water today. And she's like, no, that's not the issue. I'm like, how much water did you drink today? She's like, well, none. I'm like, cool, it's 7 p.m. Maybe you should drink water today. She's like, why don't you just listen? I'm like, why don't you just drink water? And she's like, that's a good point. She's like, but I want you to listen to me. I'm like, I am listening to you. The answer is you should just drink water.
Because I think women come from a emotional place. Like, we're very emotionally driven. And I think men can be very, like, logically driven. So I think they end up being like, okay, logically, how do I fix this? And women are like, no, we want the emotional. Like, we just want you guys to just listen.
Do you want to say it nicer? You want me to be quiet and like validate? Like, okay, so you have a headache.
Yes.
I think I did. Remember, I did
What
it to
you
you.
do to me.
We were doing that. I did that when we were dating, and she goes, "Stop using counseling skills that you learned in school." I was like, "Okay, so I'll do what you want me to do." I still get yelled at for this.
Because it doesn't feel authentic.
It's because y'all have like tunnel vision. Like you guys focus on one like tiny little thing, and then we see like the whole thing.
I think an aspect of it, right, especially like with venting is very over like a big bridge. So there's like this girl pissed me off. I didn't drink enough water. Then this made me mad, and it's like all these, and then this is the whole venting. So I get AB was being a B, and CB was being a D, and then like you have all these multiple issues into one big venting conversation. I'm like, hold on, what's the root cause? Mia didn't eat today.
Yeah,
let's go back to that.
Let's go back to that. No, honestly, I think what we started doing to be funny, I gave up on this category. I was like, I little laughed. I was like, you want me to just listen to you? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, so we made a joke now. We say that she comes home and she goes, have tea. I'm like, dude, let me get the pot. And like, we make an imaginary pot. And I'm like, okay, we get it, we like stir it. And Maddie does it too. Maddie, show us how you make the tea for us.
Oh, yeah.
So. And then she sips it.
The sound effect.
The sound effect's crazy.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
sound effect.
Yeah. And so now we start doing that. She would come home and I'm like, she starts talking and I'm like, okay. Angel, wouldn't you agree that if they had Subway Surfer as they talk to us, that we would lock in a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
We would be like,
That is a lie.
Sure.
That is a lie. Because Angel will be playing Clash while I'm talking. He has no clue what I'm talking about.
you ready? Why do wives say they're not hungry? I'm not hungry. And they still have the food. Why can't you just say, hey, I'm hungry?
Big facts.
I don't even know how to answer this question.
I feel like I'm not hungry when you ask. Like I'm not hungry. Then I see you eating and it looks good, so I want to eat it too.
It's like when someone says, okay, everyone go to the bathroom. And everyone's like, no, I don't need to go. And then you're like 5 minutes down the road and you're like, I need to go to the bathroom. And they're like, why didn't you do that when I asked? Or like, you're like, because I didn't have to go then. I wasn't hungry then. And then I saw your food.
Like when my mom is always drinking soda, and I don't drink soda, but then my mom always makes her drinks look so good. So then I'm like, well, I need to take a sip of that soda.
I think it's just the fact that when someone else has something, it looks better
Yeah.
than
Alright.
like
I'm gonna
what
switch it up.
I would have.
Okay,
I feel like this is
hold
like
on. I'm gonna
great
add
example.
something to it. So then, why is it when girls want a sweet treat and we don't want one? Why is that an issue?
I was saying the
Okay.
same thing. I was saying the exact same thing.
Because we want the experience.
What
We
experience? Eat
want-
food?
How many sweet treats have you had?
No, because we want it to be a fun experience because we're feeling the joy. We want our spouse to also feel the joy, and it's like a cutesy little moment.
Exactly. And then
This is
I don't
why
want to
I'm
feel
fat.
fat eating something
Thank
by
you.
myself. I want to feel
Exactly.
fat
Yeah, my
together.
fault.
No, I want to be fat with you.
Imagine having a husband who doesn't like coffee, and we go to a coffee shop, and I'm the only one getting coffee.
Yeah, that sounds miserable because we're both crackheads over here.
It's really sad.
Both
That's what we want.
Well, wouldn't you say that share the experience also go like I'm in the car with you, I'm driving you there, I'm vibing along with you. We're in the same location.
No, it's not the same. You have to get something.
But I don't think you realize this.
Here's the thing.
When we do stuff like this, I never eat it.
I take it as disrespect because like I'm trying to lose weight, and I want a sweet treat, and so you have to get one. No, I don't want one. Well, then we're fine then. And then she. Why are you mad at me?
Because you ruined my experience of having a sweet treat.
Bro.
No, bro.
Angel,
We're trying to lose some weight. I ain't trying to get. I don't care if you're mad. I'm trying to look good.
Also, men, another tip too. Ready? All you need to do is just order food. Like order extra nuggets. If you're gonna get a nugget, like if you're at McDonald's, get like a 4-piece chicken nugget on top of that, and the food's fine. Your food's never gonna be stolen.
I don't know, man. Me, I'll be like, I kind of want what you would have.
Dude.
But see, it works out for us. It works out for us because he eats burgers and I don't eat burgers. So if you get a burger, you know you're safe. I'm not gonna try to take it from you. The only thing I'll take is your French fries. That's it.
Is this why you always want steak? Because you know she's not gonna have any.
Yes.
Oh, Dad.
See? So it technically doesn't work out for you anyways. It's only if you get like chicken or turkey.
Why do wives ask, do you like this before buying something?
Please tell me.
You
No,
know.
go ahead.
I don't even know.
Yes, you do. You know this answer.
It's because I want, even if you don't like it, and I like it, I want you to like it for me so I feel good about it. What? Does that make sense to
That
you?
makes sense to me because I feel guilty about spending money. So if I know if you like it, then I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, I'm okay to buy this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay to buy this because I know you like it.
If you don't like it, why would I buy it?
Exactly. What is going on in your mind when I tell you to do something or I ask you to do something and you're not doing anything and you say, I'll do it later? Please, because you're clearly not doing anything.
Oh, I have so many answers.
I just don't want to do it. I'll be like, I don't know. That's a heavy question, right?
It's
Hold on,
a
I have another caveat.
deep question.
Yeah, with caveat?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll say you'll do it later. You don't do it. So I start doing it, and then you jump up and say, I was right about to do that.
Nah.
Alright, listen.
Let's see. Okay,
Listen.
I feel like we might have different answers for this. So you go ahead.
No, depends, right? Here's the thing. I don't want to do it. That's one. Right? I'll be the first.
He said, I'm lazy.
Listen, naturally, by nature, a majority of men are very lazy. It's a very, biological thing. But what's interesting is correction. So, you're absolutely correct. I would say, I'll do it later. Men are very lazy. Men are lazy in general. You need to motivate men. Men are just lazy people. So they can either get motivated by jobs, women, children. There's something that I always was taught was it's very hard to motivate a young man if he has nothing to work towards or for. If he doesn't have anyone to work for. If it's a wife or children, he's more than willing to put more effort in because he has to provide for that. And not even a spouse sometimes. You can be married and that man might not be super motivated because he knows the spouse can take care of themselves, right? But with a child, that's different. No, the child can't feed themselves. So the man has to understand that he's a firm provider and he really needs to put in the effort to take care of the baby. I say all that to move forward. I don't want to do it. I'll just be the first one to tell you I'm lazy. Second, I think I also analyze. Okay, it's gonna take me to do this. That seems like a lot right now. Let me break it up, right? And then I'll get it done. But also, if there's something when you made the caveat of if you're doing it and I get upset or hey, I was about to do it or whatever. For me personally, I say I'm letting you down, right? You told me to do it and now you're gonna do it, and now I feel like I let you down. So I'm like, dang, hold on, I got it, I promise. So I think that's the aspect of it. So not saying that. Or those bad habits, 100%. But if you ever realize a lot of, and the reason I say, and I know it's very broad, when I say men are lazy, depending on certain things, there's men that are very motivated, but the problem is they're very motivated in what their intentions are. They won't be motivated in other aspects. They'll say, hey, I'm motivated to be really good at my career. Okay, but then they might not take care of themselves. Or I'm very motivated in pursuing my health, but then they're very lazy at work. You know, reverse it. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying lazy isn't a broad term, but the thing is, men, and that's the thing. You know, they always say like men can't multitask. Multitasking is actually, biologically speaking, multitasking is actually very difficult for both men and women. Women just tend to be able to handle it a little bit more. So with men, they've always seemed to be very narrow-minded, like we were talking about earlier about discussions. So like even with narrow-mindedness, the aspect has to be, okay, yes, your priorities are to go to work. Your priorities are to take care of your health. Your priorities are to provide, right? But your overall priority is to be, you know, if you're a man of God, your overall priority is to, one, you do everything unto God. So when I'm lazy and I say, oh, I don't want to do it right now, or I'll do it later, I have to be in remembrance that it's not that I'm doing it towards you, right? I'm doing it when I feel like I'm disrespecting you or being lazy here. I'm really being disrespectful and lazy from the blessing that the Lord has given me, because now I'm looking at the aspect of, wow, and that's how I have to like frame my thinking, like, wow, like God gave me this blessing, this household, this family, and I'm still being lazy about the blessing that He's given me, right? I'm not investing my talents, I'm burying them in the ground. So it's very important for any young man when you come to. I know this is a very loaded question for your question regarding garbage or moving something or, you know, building something, but it's I think when there's an added effort, I think a lot of these things, because kind of what Andy was saying a little bit earlier, with conversations with Maddie, right? He'd always, you know, she'd say he was counseling him, or he was counseling her, but a lot of it actually stems from a mindset, right? If you've, you know, had maybe you didn't have a good father figure, or maybe it struggled with laziness, just father-wise, or not even father, but even household, brothers, siblings, it can really put a stress. Like, one thing that a little caveat here, my younger brother, he's very clean. He's very, very clean. And I was just like, hey, you go to his room, bed's all done. He has a nice little TV, cleans his desk.
It's because man, he saw you as a brother. He's like, I don't want to be like him.
So, what is something your wife does that secretly makes your life better?
Oh, Mia makes my lunches. Simple as that.
Damn.
I hate meal prepping. It's such a pain. So like when Mia makes it, I get my little note in the morning.
Oh, she makes you notes?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
No, I'd say meal prep food. Yeah, I think that's like it's just like it's such a weight off my shoulders. But staying home, I mean, that's my biggest blessing. That was always something I wanted. That was always my goal because I was, you know, homeschooled and stuff. So for me personally, I told Mia when we were dating, like, hey, if we ever have kids, when we have children, I like you to stay home, right? So that's the ultimate ultimatum. You can back out now, or you can say, yeah, you let me know. And Mia's like, okay, sounds good.
You say, wait, I mean I don't have to work. I can stay home.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything. Because that's your one thing that I need to do. And she's like, I'll marry you right now.
And you'd be surprised. A lot of people would say no.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Mine might be maybe too deep or not. This is a beautiful thing. You remind me that I can be a kid. We talked about this when we were dating. Why? Oh,
just go ahead.
I was like, why are you laughing at me, bro?
That was beautiful.
She said it was beautiful. No, yeah. One thing that I struggle with a lot. I'm a goofy person. I like being goofy. Life's too short not to be goofy. But I think you brought it to a deeper level, and I talk about this all the time, that I feel like, I think there's a quote that I think about this a lot, and it's like, for guys, I think we think about it a lot of like, we get to protect. Someone said the quote was like, the man you are now is the man that you needed as a child. To protect like your inner child. And I think about that a ton, and I was like, oh, okay. And you remind me that, hey, that like inner child goofiness in me, that's okay to be out. Like, and someone says like, oh, like it's another quote I think about a lot. Like, You give a wife a house, she makes it a home. You give a wife a kid, she makes it a family. Like stuff like that. And I think for you, I get to come home and you're like, hey, be a kid. Like, let's be goofy and silly. Let's go make Legos as a date. Let's go do something stupid and be silly and go have sleepovers in the living room and stuff like that. And it's like stuff that I'm like, oh, she wants me.
Crying over your dog.
Man, like she want me to be goofy and silly. In a place that's not like an annoyance. It's a place that's like, no, like this is a safe place for you to be home. And it's like we talk about a lot, like you are my home in that way. So I appreciate it a lot in what you do.
You make us the bride.
What is something you didn't understand about marriage until you actually got married?
I feel like we talked about this before a little bit, but I think maybe just like the act of dying to self and like what that really looks like within a marriage. I think you can hear a lot in the Christian realm, like people talking about that, of like, oh, what it means to like serve your partner and all that kind of stuff, and like, you know, put your own needs aside. But I think that that was something that was, I just didn't really know how to do it until we were actually married. Like, I think like it's different when you're dating and engaged. Even when you're engaged, I think it's like still different because you're not married yet, you know? So I think that when you're married, like that's when I think you truly take on that persona of like you die to yourself. And you put their needs above your own. And so I think that was something that I learned in marriage, like for the past 2 years. I think like, and that's still an ongoing thing that that you have to, because we're all selfish people, you know, we all want to do our own thing, and we want to do it the way that we want to do it. And so I think that having to put away what you want for someone else, I think that there's moments where it can be really hard to do that, but I think that the feeling that comes after of doing that is like so much more than if I were to do it for myself. So I think that that's something I've learned a lot as we've like grown in our marriage, of like how to do that, how to do it well. Because I think that we can say, okay, well, I'm going to do this, but we can have a really negative heart about it. You know, I think it's the heart posture that I try to work on daily, because I can do it, but what's my heart posture towards that? Is it that I'm going to be like bitter and upset about it? Or am I actually going to be like, you know what, this isn't about me, this is about him, and I have to put away my desires and wants, and I have to focus on him. And so it's kind of like really going to the Lord and saying, Lord, like, help me to have a heart posture that represents you, and how can I better serve my spouse? Because when I serve him, like, over myself, I, like, get more joy out of that. So I think that that's something that I've learned a lot in marriage, because, again, it's different when you're, like, dating. Because in marriage, I mean, you're united, so I think that there's, you know, more of an intimate level with that person. So I think that that's kind of what I feel like I've learned throughout our time in marriage. And it's something that's a daily thing. You know, we daily have to put our spouse's needs and wants above ours. And I think that can be a hard thing. But I think if it goes back and forth where he does that for me and I do that for him, you know, I don't think we're ever going to feel like, oh, I do all these other things for you and you don't do anything for me.
It's just
you know,
mission.
I think we should both be filling each other's cups. And I think that it is a two-way street. Like, I think that if you're continuously doing it and your spouse isn't reciprocating that, I think it can be very, like, draining, because you can then feel, oh, I'm not receiving anything, or I'm not getting anything. But I feel that if you do it, if you both decide, you know, I'm putting my spouse's needs above mine, then I think they ultimately, like, feel fulfilled within that. That's something that I feel like I've
that's good.
Yeah, I've learned a lot about.
Yeah, I think that's good. I was gonna say, there's a movie called Homestead, and the entire movie, the dad or the husband is like telling like the family like what to do, like what he thinks is best for the family, because it's in like this post-apocalyptic world, like the world's ending. So the dad is like, and the husband's like telling everybody like what he's gonna do, and the entire time in the movie, the wife is telling the husband like what she thinks is best for the family, but the husband keeps ignoring what the wife says, and the wife just allows her husband to do whatever she wants. But towards the end of the movie, she ends up having this like divine like encounter with God, and she ends up like ending the movie with like monologue, and she says that it was then that she learned like her actual calling as a woman, and it wasn't, and her calling was like her realization that she said in the movie was that she wasn't just like an ordinary woman, she was the woman of her household. And I feel like oftentimes like I didn't realize how important the wife is in the marriage, because you know, biblically speaking, the man is the head of the household. But, and they often say, like, you know, oh, the husband's the temperature, the thermostat of the house. Like, he's the one that sets, like, the mood for, like, you know, how the house feels. But I feel like, as the woman, you are the spiritual thermostat of your house. Because if you're not constantly in tune with God, and especially if you're a stay-at-home, like, I stay home, so obviously I'm home the entire day. But I feel like if I'm not praying, or if I'm not reading my word, or if I'm not praying over the house, or anointing anything, or anything like that, like, I feel like that sets off like how our family runs, and I feel like you have to recognize how important you are as a wife, because even if, you know, like in that movie, for example, the husband was just running buck wild, doing whatever he thought was best, and then at the end of the day, like the wife ended up doing what was best, and like what she wanted to do ended up working and saving the family. But I think sometimes we don't understand how important the role of the wife is until, like, you know, we think, oh, like, you know, you actually need to get up, you actually need to start, like, you know, getting your day going. You need to be in your word. Like, you're not just the wife. You're not just, you know, waiting for your husband to tell you what to do. Like, submission doesn't mean that I'm just sitting on my hands and feet waiting for him to guide me and direct me. It means submitting to what he thinks is best, but he's submitted to the Lord. So that means, like, I still need to be in my word. I still need to be praying. I still need to be asking the Holy Spirit to guide us, and not just guide me, but also to cover him in prayer, and to know, like, that's my role, is to make sure that I'm praying for him and praying for my daughter. Like, you just need to understand how important the wife is.
Yeah, yeah. I think of First Peter. I think when he talks about the wife and how Peter is addressing the wives, where maybe the husband walked away from the faith, or is not following God, and he goes, wives, he's like, keep loving God, because your love for God is going to redirect the home into what God's calling to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such a beautiful's.
So, for some backstory, my brother is the next generation youth young director.
What is he?
My title is.
Just for some background.
My background is I work for church. I'm the young adult. Oh wow, you're struggling now too. I'm a youth and young adult director. Okay, so I oversee. I'm youth and young adult, so I see ages from 12 to 30 and their spiritual growth.
What did she say? Next generation.
You want to redo that, Mia?
Because sometimes people
like
are called like next gen.
I'm not next gen.
My brother is the youth and young adult director at his church. Angel serves in youth ministry and media ministry at our church. So both angels are very heavily involved in ministry. How do you guys prioritize your wives while also being devoted to serving in the church?
It's actually what we call in ministry a pitfall. And pitfalls meaning is referencing things that pastor can fall into that can be, like detrimental to their faith, to their marriage. And this is one of the categories because, one, as a husband, I have a calling, and that calling is to be a husband for my wife. I think as a husband, you have two callings in your life. You're a husband and the Great Commission. Right? Every Christian has a calling to fulfill the Great Commission, but when you become a husband, you have another calling, and that's to be a husband, to love your wife. Not to be a youth pastor first, not to be the young adult director first, is to take care of you. And there's a heaviness into that. And so, if I'm prioritizing ministry more than you, then one, spiritually, we're not good. And I'm not representing Christ well in that way. And also, it protects, I love this too, it protects myself from burnout, from overworking, because it's really important to know that you come first in my marriage. And so yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm an extrovert. I love hanging out with kids. I love reporting to our students and spending time with them. So for me, I can be like, oh, you have a basketball game? I'll go to your basketball game. Oh, you have a play? I'll go to your play. And I can do all these things, and I can burn out my wife, and she's like, hey, you've been home like 2 months. Where you at? Right? That's not what happens. We don't do that in our house. And because reality kids you say, hey, I want to do this, I want you to go to this. And I go, actually, let me talk to my wife first. Let's see what we have in the calendar. So actually, it's a safety too, because you can help me make sure that I'm not burning myself out. But you're the first ministry in my house, right? And this is for anybody who's a parent, and I've worked in discipling in the next generation, is discipleship starts in the home. And so if I'm not discipling you, growing you spiritually, then I'm not filling the role of the husband that I need to do. And what's also important is that means I'm representing as well to a next generation what a healthy marriage looks like, and a healthy relationship looks like, and healthy boundaries. Because kids are wanting to say yes, 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 yes. And you just say, hey, well, you have other priorities that you need to take care of.
I was gonna add, because I was thinking about, like, you guys were talking about how to prioritize your wife or prioritize your spouse. But I was thinking about, as a wife, like, we have a lot of power. We have a lot of power that I think women don't understand, like, emotionally. Like, because you guys care about us so much, it's very easy for us to tell you, like, no, don't go there, come home. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna come home. My wife wants me. But that can be very selfish or detrimental to us at the church level, because if we're constantly, like, getting upset that you're always at the church, you're always at the church. And let's say you're not always at the church. Maybe you're only there, like, 3 hours on a Sunday, which nowadays is pretty average for someone serving in ministry. But if I'm constantly having, like, a stink face about you being at church, you're not going to want to go serve. And as a wife, I need to be okay with releasing you to go serve and to be like, okay, you go, I have it here. And I think that's something we had to learn with the baby is you started serving when she was only a month old. So I had to be okay with me being home with the baby during the week while you were at work, but then also me being okay with me being home with the baby while you're at youth group on Fridays, while you're serving both services on Sunday. Like, it could have been very easy for me to be like, no, I'm tired, I'm here with her all the time, like, you need to stay home. And you would probably understand it because having a baby is hard, but I needed to be okay with, like, no, I got it, I'll take care of her, you need to go and do what God's calling you to do. Otherwise, I'm going to hold you back from your calling, and then that's going to get worse for everybody, because now you're going to be stagnant in your walk. I'm going to be nasty faced because I want you to be home with me all the time. So I think as a wife, you need to be okay with understanding, like, yes, he's going to prioritize you, but you need to prioritize his walk as well. You need to prioritize his calling as well.
All right, we're going to kind of finish it up here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do all that stuff. And did you guys enjoy today's podcast?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was like, listen, this is probably like an hour long. We've been here for like 5 hours. We're hungry, sleep deprived, and Teresa's crying. It is not 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
It is 2 o'clock.
It's all
in the
fake
afternoon.
lights and everything.
So, all right, guys, leave a like, do all that stuff. We'll hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.